Hello everybody and welcome back to Manifested Finesse on YouTube. My name is Manifesting Gaia. That is my Twitter, TikTok, podcast, and Instagram. All the links are down below. And my affirmations list and audio rampage email is down below. And today I'm going to be breaking down your limitations. I always get a lot of people that understand the concepts and precepts of manifestation, but they just don't understand why, like how it all works, why it is the way that it is. A lot of it is quantum mechanics. So you would have to do your own research on that. Because law of assumption or YouTube or a TikTok, our job isn't to explain the why it works. We just explain what to do, what it is. So the why is your research to do. Also, experience is the best teacher. People think, oh, if I just know why, if I have more answers, then I'll believe. I'm telling you right now, you don't believe it because you don't believe in yourself, not because you don't know the scientific explanations or because you don't know the spiritual explanations. There's nothing for you to know. Just apply and do it. You won't be able to wholeheartedly grasp it until you do it. You don't need to understand the principles of gravity to be able to use the law of gravity. But anyways, manifestation and why it works. Many of you guys see manifestation as a means to get something. You see it as forcing your physical reality to be different. You see it as making people do something, making things be a certain way. It's not something that just turns on when you want something or when you want to get out of a situation. It's always working. Manifestation is identity selection. Manifestation is the stories you tell about the world. You're always telling a story. You're always going to have a story about your life, yourself, money, love, career, friendships. You're always going to have stories. So those things are always going to naturally reflect the stories you have about them until you change them. That is all manifestation is changing the stories you have about areas of your life and your self-concept in relation to that area of your life. This works because the only reality is consciousness and awareness. Awareness is focus. That's what creates. That's why we say God is pure awareness. God is just existing. I can't really explain it deeper than that. Like, whoa, but why is it like that? I don't know. Why is God just existence? Why did God say I am? That's what it is. I am is just God. That's what it is. A lot of it is just human design. Like whoever made us just made it that way. You can't ask, oh, why does the heart work the way it does? Oh, because it pumps blood. No, but why? Like, why were we designed to have hearts and have brains and have muscles? Again, I'm not here for the skeptics. I can't make you believe something. I can't explain certain things. There is just no explanation, and you're going to have to be okay with that. So you can have 100 people in the same circumstance, and in a week from now, they would all be in different circumstances. Some people would still be in that same circumstance because their thinking didn't change. The story about the situation didn't change. In fact, they adapted to their physical reality. They said, I'm stuck. They just kept repeating, I'm stuck. That's the story. So reality reflected, because reality only reflects their consciousness and awareness. Reality reflected them staying stuck. Other people may have got out of that circumstance because they didn't tell themselves that story. They saw beyond the circumstances. They said, there's no way in a week's time I'm still going to be in this circumstance. So reality reflected it. They weren't in that situation for longer than a week. That's also why you control the time. That's why we say time doesn't exist. Divine timing is the time you think it takes to manifest something. That's why things manifest at a different time rate for everyone, is because people think, well, if I want a person, it's going to take at least 8 months. It's going to take like a year. It's going to take forever. Other people are like, manifesting a person is so easy. It's so fast. All you have to do is do this, and they're here. So a lot of people say divine timing. Divine timing is literally just the timing you think, because not everybody has the same timing that they think something's going to take. That's another thing. Oh, how do I get it faster? How do I get it now? You think it's a process. You think it takes long. Your stories about everything, including things like that, is what affects reality. So another concept is like creation is finished. It's already done. Like, what does that mean? With your 5 senses, you experience less than 1% of the world. You cannot see my legs right now. That does not mean they don't exist. Things don't exist only because you can see and hear them. Things don't exist only because you can experience them with your senses. Things are existing all around you. If you're in your bedroom alone watching this video, are you saying people are only alive when you see them, but as long as you're not interacting with people, people are not on earth? That is not true. Exactly. There's literally movement always happening, even in the physical realm, right? There's people driving in a different state, in a different country, in a different continent. Like, there is movement happening everywhere. You can't not see everything. And that's also what that means with movement is always happening, is because you guys keep saying like, oh, how is it happening if I don't see it? Because what you see is not an accurate representation of what's happening. Number two, creation is finished because, again, according to quantum mechanics, it's the idea that all possible realities are existing right now because we don't live in a physical world. We operate from a quantum realm. Thoughts becomes things, right? You think faster than the world shifts. That'd be scary if every single thing I thought was right here. If I thought of an elephant and it was right here. It's your persistence in things that makes things show up. It's your persistence in things that makes things show up because your awareness keeps being focused on it. So awareness creates. So if you can keep being aware of a specific reality, then that reality has no choice but to create itself because awareness creates. If you can visualize anything, if I say visualize yourself on the beach, visualize yourself in a marriage, visualize yourself with a dog, visualize yourself with things you don't have. That's why you can see it, because it exists. You cannot conjure up something that doesn't exist. Maybe not in front of your eyes, but your eyes don't create reality. Your awareness does. That's what we mean by it's already done. If you can see it or think about it, desire it in full manifested form, then it's already done. A lot of people are like, I want this and I see it like this, but I can't have it until I have this. I have this. I don't have enough of this. I don't have enough of this. You're trying to operate from what you see. And that's going to keep you stuck every time, because what you see is a result of the stories you told yourself. You have told yourself time and time again that you're broke, that you're single, that you have no friends, that you always get ghosted, that you always fail class, that you always fail school. If you want a new reality, that's why we have to say trust in the unseen, or it's already done. Is because there is more to life than what the old version of you created. As long as you can get into a new awareness, then you can have whatever you're being aware of. But a lot of you are only aware of physical. It's always moving. Again, just because you're only in a room by yourself doesn't mean there aren't other people moving around the world. That's how you have to think of it. And it's not so much you can't notice circumstances. I'm not necessarily saying you have to act like it's not there if that's hard for you. Like, all right, your bank account says this person blocked you, like whatever. But it's like, at some point, what's the point of continuously reaffirming it? Like, yeah, you've been blocked for a year. How much longer are you going to reinforce it till you can let it go? A lot of you don't know how to do that because you keep thinking what you see is what it is, because you're not accepting you created it. And if you can create a situation, you can create a different one. Which leads me to another phenomenon, which is why circumstances don't matter. People ask us all the time. I just don't get why circumstances don't matter. Like I said, the circumstances you're in are a result of the identity you keep having and your self-concept. Self-concept is just your identity. Oh, I am a broke person. Oh, I am unloved. It's so hard for me to get love. It's so hard. Relationships are so hard. Life is so hard. It's so bad. I'm supposed to struggle. In divine timing, I'll get what I want. Those are all stories keeping you from the reality that you want, correct? If this was created by the stories I keep telling myself, then it's not permanent. If you can think new thoughts, you can experience a new reality. If I keep becoming aware of the reality I actually want to experience, then I'll shift there. So that means no matter what is happening, no matter what the bank says, no matter what he said, she said, they didn't do, they did do, they fired you, they laid you off. If you can tell yourself a different story about the situation, it must change. So how can circumstances matter if they are extremely changeable? Think of a color right now. Think of a different color. That's exactly how it works. That's how fast you can change your thoughts, right? So it doesn't take that long to change your reality. If you can keep being aware of it constantly, it'll change. So how can circumstances matter if nothing is permanent? You're in these circumstances because your identity keeps saying, this is what I deserve. This is what makes sense. This is what I have to experience because of your low self-conception, because this is what you have told yourself. This is the type of life that's meant for you. And then you make defenses for those circumstances. Well, life is supposed to be hard. Life is supposed to be pain. I've never had money. Well, where's the money supposed to come from? Like, you make defenses to keep yourself in that identity because your subconscious mind defends the beliefs that it holds dominant. So if you truly believe that life is supposed to be bad, you're going to keep making defenses to stay there. That's law of assumption working. You keep assuming this reality for yourself and it keeps showing up every single day. the same thing, sometimes even worse than the day before. You freely choose to defend your beliefs. You freely choose to think the thoughts every single day that support the reality that you're in. No matter what you have going on, I don't care if you have NPD, BPD, OCD, anxiety. Nobody was born with a fixed identity. Nobody was born thinking love was hard, thinking they were broke, thinking they were unattractive. Those are beliefs and thoughts you kept repeating. Somebody said it to you, then you took on that identity and you repeat it, and now reality reflects it. You are telling yourself who you are, which is creating the circumstances. But the second you start identifying with XYZ, reality shifts, because reality is a mirror of you. That's why manifestation doesn't turn off, because you're always identifying with something. You're always having a story about something. So circumstances, again, don't matter, because you have the freedom to change the stories of the world around you, even if they are unfavorable. No matter what's going on in your physical reality, you can still say to yourself, I am rich. Physical reality does not affect your ability. Circumstances don't affect your ability to tell yourself something different. Another phenomenon is everybody is you pushed out, which I already have a video on explaining it. But everybody is you pushed out is just another way of saying reality is a mirror. You're only experiencing the stories you tell yourself, right? That includes people, that includes things. Your money situation, if you don't have money, you act like you tell yourself you have so much money, money's raining on you. No, when you get money, you start saying, this is what I need to spend. Oh, this is what's going to get taken away. This is what I'm going to use this for. Your subconscious mind is holding the beliefs you hold dominant. It's going to keep thinking as a broke person. You're going to keep pushing yourself into that identity. That is your job. It's your job to push out of that with new thoughts, new beliefs, new assumptions, new ways of looking at things, changing your perspective, telling yourself a better story no matter what. Nobody else shares your thoughts with you, right? So it's only your thoughts that create. And you have a story about everyone, right? You have a story about your mom, your ex, your current partner, your sister, everybody, right? So they show up a specific way. But if you can change the story, or you can say, they're going to start doing this, or they're starting to do this, they're actually really nice. And my sister is actually really nice. She's amazing. She's beautiful, no matter what, because the past doesn't affect right now. You're selecting one of infinite versions of her. The version of reality you're experiencing, again, is one of infinite. So you're not making her be nice. She already exists as nice. The only reason you're not experiencing it is because you tell yourself she's mean. And what you keep being aware of is what creates. If you can change the story of her, then she has to reflect, because she is just mirroring your beliefs. That's why we can change, how people view us. That's why we can get people to text us, is because they already want to do those things. You're the person saying they don't want to do those things. So when you start disagreeing with your limitations and start agreeing with the desires that you want, they have to reflect, right? Neville Goddard says, people are only messengers telling you who you're being internally. This is an internal process. And the last term, or the last concept that I'm going to cover, is limitlessness. Somebody was like, can you talk more about being limitless, more about being limitless? I'm like, that's what my whole channel is about. You are limitless. You're limitless because if you've been listening this entire video, the only thing that creates is what you keep focusing on, the stories you keep telling yourself. Nobody's holding a gun up to your head and saying, think money is hard. You think you have to be broke for the rest of your life. Think that this person doesn't like you. Think that your sister is a bully. Think that you're failing school. Nobody's making you think the way that you think. Nobody's making you wake up and the first thing you think is, I hate school. I hate work. I hate my job. I hate this person. I hate this person. You are limitless because you are always free to choose a new narrative. You are limitless because if you can think it, you can have it. I don't care how far off it seems from this current reality. The only reason it seems so far off is because your current self-identity says you cannot have it. But again, no identity is set in stone. If you can continuously tell yourself, I can have this, I don't care if it's money, I don't care if it's a person, I don't care what it is, irregardless of circumstances, because I already explained why they don't matter, you can have it. There is nothing you can't have, because there is nothing you can't convince yourself you have. Granted, you need the discipline. You need to learn to regulate yourself. You need to build a self-conception. You need to tell yourself that you are limitless, right? Like, it's not just like, oh, I've been thinking this way my whole life. Oh, I can have money and then it shows up tomorrow. Some people it happens. Some people can make the switch. But a lot of you guys, all these skeptics, all these people saying it doesn't work, all these people saying, but I tried for 2 months. Those are stories. Those are stories. Those are stories. Stop viewing it as it only turns on when I want something. It's always on. You have to pay attention to the things you're saying. But outside of that, you're limitless. Like, if you desire it, you need to start seeing your desires as a promise. If I desire it, that means I can have it. It's not, I desire it, but all these limits, it seems impossible. No, if I desire it, I get to have it. I just have to change the stories. That's limitlessness. All I have to do to get a partner is change my stories about love. All I have to do to get money is change my stories about myself. All I have to do to get good grades is change my story about reality. Yes, that's limitlessness. That's why anybody can manifest, because there are no requirements. That's why it doesn't matter your religion, your race, your gender, your sexuality, because everybody and their mom has thoughts. So, with that being said, I hope this cleared up some misconceptions. I hope it gave you some more clarity. It's just stories. A lot of you guys want to complicate it more than it is. But why does it work like that? Because you can think thoughts. Why can we think thoughts? I don't know. I didn't create you. But that's it. That's it. And with that being said, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, you can have anything you want in this universe. Nothing's too big, small, wide, or expensive. I believe in you. You should believe in you. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.